Hey everyone, this is Accounting Nightmare, and welcome back to Let's Play Devil May Cry 4. Today we're doing Mission 15.
Devil May Cry.
Back into the castle. That's good, I really like this castle. And there's an icy plain now, apparently. Have to see what that's about. Can't afford these blue orbs yet. Well, one blue orb and one purple orb. So we'll have to get those next mission. We just came from behind the waterfall, and if you inspect it, it still says this. Something can be vaguely seen, but we've been there, we know what it is. We know it's a bridge and a cave, so it's a bit silly that it still says that. It's almost as if this part of the game is a bit lazy. Perish the thought. So we've got two pathways. Both of them will lead us back to the main halls. Ooh. Ice. Magic ice. As strong as Gilgamesh is, it can't break the ice for some reason, so we'll have to go the other way. But it is a good thing that it actually forces you to go this way, because there was a Dante combat adjudicator here. We saw this way back when as Nero. It does feel really good finally collecting these. And this is actually the second to last adjudicator in the game. The last one is next mission, I think. So because of that, it's a pretty tough one. It's an SS. So it's definitely good combo practice. But like before, you just vary up your moves. A lot of Sword Master moves are great for increasing style like that. Good old real impact. Very nice. Haven't got many blue orb fragments left to get, really. We've almost maxed out our health bar. Nice atmosphere up here. Get a good view of the courtyard. Doesn't seem to be anything there. But we can't jump down to investigate anyway, so... Oh well. That's a very nice introduction for the Blitz, I think. It's really, really fitting. And yeah, so you don't fight a Blitz for your first time until this mission. Which it's quite a nasty shock, I must say, no pun intended. Because it seems a lot tougher than most other enemies up to this point. Especially before you figure out its gimmick. I remember my first fight against the Blitz just... basically killing myself on its electricity. There's this one I'm not going to use real impact on because there's actually two blitzes in this mission. The other one I'll use real impact for. This one I'll just kind of mess around and do whatever. So you'll see if you don't have a good kill strategy for it, you'll probably end up with it going red with a lot of health left. And then we don't really have enough firepower to finish it off. But that's fine. If you're just trying to get through the game for the first time, especially on Dante My Star mode, this sort of kill is good enough. Especially without taking much damage. That's definitely good. And I don't think I've mentioned this before, but Dante's combat music in this game is actually a remix of Lock and Load from Devil May Cry 1. That's a cool touch. That's a fair bit of ice. I guess we're not going to go that way. Okay. So that's a lot of ice. We can't even get down to the ground floor at all, so we can't escape the castle. We're gonna have to deal with this ice first. And yeah, you'll need some Devil Trigger to get up there to get the red orbs, so I hope you didn't blow all your trigger on the Blitz. That door's iced up. Not many paths to go here, but we do get a nice look at the ice. You can't attack it or anything. Can't do damage to it. And over here there was a blue orb fragment behind the mirror. We already collected that as Nero though, but you do get a second chance here. Switch is already lit up, so nothing to do here really. We'll just go through the door, into the gallery, where we don't actually have a fight for once. It's a nice change of pace, I think. We should just enjoy the really nice atmosphere in this room. It's got some really good shadows, I think. You know, this game is aging quite a bit now. What is it, 6 years old? But it still looks really good, I think. So isn't this a dead end? This is where we went as Nero in Mission 3. Where we got that power up that lets him control the gyro blades. I guess we'll just trust the game and hope that we're going the right way. There's nowhere else to go. Right at the top there was red orbs. There's a few of these you can climb, but only one has red orbs. Nothing to do there, because this isn't DMC3. And this is probably my least favourite fight of the mission. Fighting Angelos in this room, which is it's a bit cramped. It's not easy to see them all and what they're all doing. You get one Alto and two Biancos, and yes, you definitely want them to do that. Clear them out nice and quick, get rid of that bloody Alto. Because two more Biancos spawn in as you kill Biancos. So killing his buddies just kind of prolongs the fight. Whereas if you kill the Alto first, then you can clean up all the Biancos. They won't always do the big spear, unfortunately. If they do though, it's a pretty simple fight. Yeah! Alright, can't forget the red orbs in this room. Man, this room is dark. So there was a table up here. I'm not sure if it's been destroyed because it's so dark I can't see. So I'll just swing my sword madly and hope that I get it. A couple more tables over here. And these have green orbs in them. Very nice after such a uncomfortable fight. So yeah, so that's where Nero went to get his power up. But it's shut. And this door is open. And it seems like that might be the remains of a gyro blade. Seems like the gyro blade crashed through the wall to open it up. And yeah, that gyro blade's gone, so I don't know who did that. They don't really explain that. It's pretty much just a way of giving us another pathway to the level. Hey, maybe it was Trish. Who knows? And down the bottom here, we have camera. Yep, secret mission. This is one of the toughest in the game, I think. So I'm going to actually do this one later, and then come edit it in for you. So let's do the secret mission. This one's a real pain. I think it's the hardest in the game, at least for me. Unbreakable. Defeat the enemies without taking damage. And without being captured by a fault. But that part's not really the problem. The problem, I think, is the Assault Chimeras that we have to fight. Oh, but see, they're not Assault Chimeras yet. They haven't combined with their seeds. So as long as we can kill the seeds before they combine, we don't have to fight Assault Chimeras. Very nice, hey? Just focus on the seeds, use some Devil Trigger to kill them. Yay, now we're just fighting 3 normal assaults. So not a big deal, huh? Just stay on the move, and the faults definitely won't be a problem. Ooh, that nearly hit me. But yes, I just used Trickster for this whole secret mission. Because you do not want to get hit suddenly. No faults coming after me here. I must have killed one. Yeah. And now we have a second wave of just Assault Chimeras. They're fused already. Now you see the problem, right? So, yeah, it's a lot of Trickster dashing around using shotgun. Whoa, what the? I guess he slashed me as I went past. That sucks. just stuns you. Unless I was out of range of it. Oh, yeah, that was pretty dumb of me. Yeah, this is only the first wave. If we can kill some of them, then we only have to fight one Assault Chimera. That's pretty cool, right? Hey, bastard. Which is fine, because you should be staying on the move anyway. Because these guys are really good at just diving in and... Whoa, whoa, Oh man, look at that pile up. Oh, that's fun. Alright, wave 2. Let's try this again. I remember being stuck at this for quite a while the very first time I played this game. Especially because this is not a very hard secret mission to find. You just need to look around a little bit. So it's pretty easy to stumble into this your first time through. And be a little bit stuck. Alright, well, I want to say it's not going too bad, but that will probably jinx it. Not that I believe in jinxes. One guy left. I can't tell if I've broken his blade, but I'm not going to take... You know what? Yeah! Oh. Okay, I didn't think I would get that so quick. I actually failed at the first wave much more than the second. Yay! Woohoo! More health. There's not many secret missions left in the game, actually. We've nearly done them all. Very exciting. Now we've done that, we can exit, save the game, and we get to keep that forever. Very nice. Excellent. And that's that done. There's not many secret missions left in the game either. So we're deposited back in the main hall, where there's also quite a bit of ice. Jesus, ice everywhere. So we're blocked off from going back into the main room, which kind of makes sense considering that's completely filled with ice at the moment. Couldn't even probably enter it if we wanted to. And there's a wall of ice making us take a detour through here. And that gyro blade's gone. It must be because Nero solved the puzzle back in mission 4. And there's a secret mission we did as Nero, Alley-oop. It's the one where you have to do 5 mid-air busters. It's pretty easy, but Dante can't do busters, so he can't do it. And yep, that gyro blade's still there, so it's only the one gyro blade that's been displaced so far. Now on to the easiest part of the mission, I think. This one's a good break, especially after the Angelos. Just scarecrows, and some bigger scarecrows as well. But they're really not all that tough. Bigger ones spawn in as we kill the small ones, so we can happily focus on these small ones to start off with. You don't want to leave the big ones for too long though, or they will start to devil trigger. And when they trigger, they're a bit scary. Until then though, if you just keep them off screen, you'll be quite safe. Now we can enjoy a nice punching bag. And I messed up that distort on that real impact there, but it still died, so yeah, you can see how much damage that does. Whoa. Are you okay, buddy? You're alright? Just having a little dance, I suppose. Oh, this is an awkward spot. I wasn't sure if that would all land, honestly, but I'm glad it did. And the final one, yes, you get 3 big ones in here. And you can see just how good Gilgamesh is against these things. It just kills them so quickly. Oh yeah, that's fun. I love Gilgamesh. Red orb time, and this room does look like it would have a lot of breakable objects, but the only ones are around the table and on the table. Nothing over here. Oh, we're on the other side of that ice wall. I suppose we're getting somewhere. That's a feeling that's in a lot of these missions as Dante. Oh, we can't go to the courtyard. More ice. Alright, we'll keep going. But yeah, that's a feeling that's in a lot of these missions, that we're not sure how much progress you're making. Not quite sure what the mission's leading you to, or... yeah, it's a bit confusing, but oh well. That Gyroblade puzzle's already solved, so... don't have to worry about that. And there's no enemies in here, which I thought was a bit strange. It might be because of the ice. Maybe they had pathfinding difficulties around the ice walls. Not sure. Or maybe they just wanted to make the mission a little easier. Because there's already quite a few tough fights in here. This one in particular can go wrong. But thankfully, you can do that. Yeah. Well, the other one tried to jump in. Poor thing. Yeah, when frosts are appearing from their ice, you have enough time to do a nice real impact, then insta-kill them. I think you have to distort the real impact though to kill them. If you don't though, then you'll still do a lot of damage to them. Yeah, there's 4 frosts in here total. And a Faust, just to make things more fun. The Faust usually just kind of hangs around though, and doesn't really get too aggressive until you finish with the frosts. Oh, Jesus. This one's getting pretty angry. I'm not sure why. Maybe I had him on screen too much. Alright, now I can fight him. Normally he just kind of hangs back and lets me fight stuff. Yeah, I don't mess around with Faust. I always go for the real impact. Distorted to kill them. If you don't kill them quick enough and they get their cloak back, then you're going to have to decloak them and probably put up with another wave of lasers. Also, here's a great fluke I had happen. Did you see what happened to the other Frost? He jumped in at just the wrong point and he splattered. Yeah, he did actually die. I was confused when I was doing this fight because there was only one more Frost, the other one was gone. That was a complete fluke. I love recording all these attempts because I do end up with some really weird stuff happen sometimes, and it's great to be able to show you all. Another red orb crystal, there's quite a few of those in this mission, isn't there? I've never actually tested if you can ignore red orb crystals and still get 100% red orbs. I'm not sure. And it's always fun to descend the room like that. You just kind of slide down a wall. It looks a bit weird. Little green orb. Not very big. But it'll help a little bit. And red orb collecting time. And don't forget this hidden cache of orbs. Easy to miss. So, continuing on, we can now access this switch, which gets lit up by a single straight. Level 1 charge. And we get a super bounce pad, which takes us all the way up here. And that jump is actually scripted, you can't cancel out of it with a Helmbreaker or anything. I tried to have fun with it, but you can't. And finally, we're almost at the end of the mission, don't worry. This is our last fight before the boss. This one, it can be a bit tough. I mean, to start off with, we've only got these scarecrows. Nothing too scary. I'm trying to mess around too much here and missing him. So you want to kill one scarecrow, but then the rest you want to be a bit careful of. You don't want to kill the second too quick. Another one of those situations where once you kill the second scarecrow, something rather nasty spawns in. And oops, I killed it. Yeah, it's a blitz. It's our final blitz of the game, actually. It's a little bit of an awkward room to fight it in. Another thing you can do is kill one of the other scarecrows quickly and then try and hope that the blitz attacks the other scarecrows instead of you. Get some free hits in. That can go bad though. It's up to you as to what you want to do. Ooh. Ooh. That wasn't great. And we'll do the real impact. Just to say goodbye. So yeah, there's a few other ways to kill blitzers, but unfortunately I don't have the right weapons, so I could show you any of those methods. But I'll show you quick clips when I get those weapons, because there's a few different ways you can tackle them, not just real impact or spam abilities. You can also do jump cancelling, but my fingers aren't quick enough for that anymore, unfortunately. I ended up destroying most of the things in that room just from the fight, so it wasn't much to clean up. But now it's the graveyard, which has a billion things to break, including these statues, which are easy to miss, so don't miss those. Here was a secret mission we did as Nero, which was non-violent. We had to do it with the hold ability. We did it in an intermission. But you can actually do it as Dante using Royal Guard. So I wanted to give that a shot. It didn't actually take very many tries, surprisingly. Yeah, you need to raise your style ranking up to a C without attacking. And off to a great start, aren't we? If you attack an enemy at all, it will instantly fail. But yeah, it's not that bad if the Frost decides to jump attack a few times, because you can hop guard that pretty easily. And I didn't even have to taunt, so that's pretty good. And I wanted to kill the Frost, but I accidentally picked up the red orb. Oh well. The red orb takes the place of the blue orb fragment if you've already got it. Alright, on to breaking stuff. Which Gunslinger makes a bit more tolerable, but it's still a bit annoying. Don't forget these red orbs either over on these ledges. There's 3 ledges, but there's only 2 lots of red orbs, which is strange. Also, there's in the intro video, there was a fight with a blitz here, which doesn't happen. It's a bit strange. And that red orb we get using Devil Trigger. Using our triple jump. Also, while Devil Triggered, his voice changes, which is pretty cool. It even affects the taunts. Alright, on to the boss, finally.
Baby, yeah! Alright. Nice. Sweet. You can hide that body, but that smell? Ooh, there's no covering up.
Insult me one more time and I will make you suffer more than you want,
I'd actually like to see you try.
It's really funny seeing Dante's different reaction to that compared to Nero's. But yes, on to Dagon. Which is he's a different dude to Bale, apparently. Bale was the one Nero fought back in Mission 4. And this is Dagon, his brother. Because if you remember, Nero actually killed Bale. That's one of the only bosses that Nero actually killed. So we're fighting his brother now. What are the differences? Well, this one has different coloured Rusalkas. Their skin tone is a different colour. They've got different names. Oh yeah, for this one you don't have to fight the Rusalkas right at the start like you do with Bale. Yeah, that's it. That's it. We're pretty much fighting Bale again. For these Rusalka phases as Dante, they do feel a bit weird at first, but you get used to it. You just sort of mix in melee attacks with range attacks. Shotgun's nice. Or you could do this. Let them catch you, Devil Trigger to escape, and real impact. And that usually does enough damage to force the end of the Rusalka phase, which is always fun. So I like actually doing that. It does take a bit of hit damage, so it won't work for no damage. And Real Impact the tongue! Do it! Do it!
Don't think this is the end. There are more of us.
He wasn't kidding. It's like an all-you-can-eat buffet.
And Pandora. So you can see what I mean about the cutscenes in this part of the game being worth it. That's probably that's one of my favourite cutscenes. It's not my favourite, but it's pretty great. And we have our final ranged weapon, Pandora, which can change forms. It has 666 apparently. Well, it doesn't have that many in this game, but it can take on all the forms you just saw in the cutscene. So that's pretty awesome. It's definitely a fun weapon. It's this game's version of like the grenade launcher or the rocket launcher. But we can't really see it properly in this area. So we'll have a proper look at it after this mission in another Dante roundup. So this little area, it actually doesn't have any barrels to destroy this time around. Which is kind of strange, but hey, it's good. Less for us to do. Also, the end of that cutscene I felt was a little bit out of character, a bit weird. Because I feel like Dante should have seen it coming, that the ice was about to break under him. It was a bit strange, but oh well. I suppose it's just an excuse to have us come down here and have a look around the lab. Or what's left of it, really. But we'll have to do that next mission. So that fight's actually pretty fun. I do enjoy that fight, as long as I can skip one of the Rusalka phases, because that increases the pace quite a lot. And Dagon also has the dubious honour of being a boss you can kill in about 16 seconds. You use a distorted Just Charge level 2 straight. And if you hit him in the tongue with that, that'll do a hilarious amount of damage. Even on Dante Must Die mode. There's some great videos of that on YouTube. I haven't been able to reproduce that because it requires some great timing. But yeah, that's pretty funny. You can kill some bosses really quickly with things like distorted real impacts and distorted straights. But Dagon's especially quick. And I wanted to have another fight with him actually, because that did end a bit quick. There's a bit more to look at with that fight. So I do like trying to break his ice so then you can get out that tongue, which is his weak point, as you saw before. So he is supposed to have 2 Rusalka phases, but if you do enough damage to him, then you will actually skip one. See, we got his tongue out already. And there's a fair chunk of damage. Surprisingly, level 2 Just Charge Distorted Straight does a bit more damage than a Distorted Real Impact. I think that might be the hardest hitting thing in the game, actually. But yeah, so we actually skipped past the first Rusalka phase. Where did they go? Oh, there they are. And we even skipped his Enrage phase because we just tore through the fight so quickly. So yeah, against these you can sort of dart in with sword attacks or Gilgamesh attacks. Use a shotgun. Just be careful with when they're trying to grab you. Unless of course you want to do this, which I'm really fond of doing. Just to force an end to that phase nice and quick. And that knocks him over the threshold. And yeah, you can Royal Guard his jump chomp. If you've got some energy built up, then you can probably hit him with a powerful release. I haven't tried that, but it's probably pretty fun. I shouldn't have gone for that last kick there. And now he's so low on health, I decided to finish him off with Ebony and Ivory, because I thought that would be hilarious. It's not too hard to Royal Guard his belly flop attack, actually. And this takes longer than I thought it would. But there we go. He's dead. Yeah, he can be quite a fun fight, actually. So, let's go and have a look at Pandora. So it's time to meet Pandora. Pandora is a fascinating ranged weapon, one of my favourites in the series. In its base form, it uses an attack called Epidemic. It's a bowgun, quite explosive as you can see. But if you hold shoot and you wiggle the control stick back and forth a few times, it'll turn into this bazooka called Hatred. Got a fair bit more power as you can see. Quite a bit of knockback as well in both these forms. So yes, Pandora can change into different forms. You do need to change it each time, but it's pretty handy. Especially because in bazooka form you can then take it to the laser cannon, called Revenge. This might be my favourite form. It's got a lot of range on it too. It's actually kind of insane, we'll see later on. Also, while you're devil triggered, it's much quicker to switch between these 3 forms. So that's really useful for if you just want to pull out the laser very quickly a few times in a row. Finally, we have the air attack called Jealousy. It's this Gatling gun. Jealousy doesn't look like it does a lot of damage, but it's a very useful move. It's easy to jump cancel, and it's quick to do. And it's also good for filling the disaster gauge. You see, Pandora gives us a new gauge called Disaster Gauge. It's between our 2 health bars. See the purple meter? It fills up as we do these non-gunslinger moves for Pandora. And then you get to spend them on gunslinger Pandora moves, which we'll look at in a second. These 4 different attacks all fill a different amount, but the Gatling gun in particular seems great for filling up that meter. Though the laser's pretty good too. You don't have to fill the meter up completely to use some gunslinger moves. It does help though, because then you can use them more and for longer. So on to gunslinger moves. First off, we have Grief. The spinning blade that you saw in the cutscene. There's 3 different gunslinger moves, and they're all pretty good in their own situations. The blade will home in on whatever enemy you've got targeted. And you can pull it back whenever you want to stop using your disaster meter. Next up we've got Omen, which might be the most useful of all Pandora's abilities. It's a play on opening Pandora's box, and it hurts all enemies on screen and depletes all your disaster meter. The best thing it does though is it destroys shields. And you don't even need any disaster meter built up for it to do that, so it's awesome against Angelos. Although it does have a long animation on it. And yes, it messes up Mephistos and Faust as well. Super handy for Faust to make that fight nice and quick. Decloak him and use real impact, yeah. And yes, it even removes a Blitz's electricity instantly. Although as you can see, the Blitz won't be too happy about that. And now for the final move. This one's called Argument, and I think it might be my favourite. This is the immobile missile platform that you saw in the cutscene. You can press shoot in this form to home in, fire homing missiles. They'll attack whatever enemy you've got targeted. Or you can instead press the style button to fire a full missile volley. That will chew up a lot of your disaster gauge, but it's really satisfying to use. You can also move around in the air while you're in this form. It will constantly chug your disaster gauge though. And it's really useful for cheesing certain secret missions. One of those secret missions we've already done. It's free running. We did this one as Nero. It's where we had to move over the platforms and avoid all the enemies. We cheese this one as Nero, but it's actually easy to cheese as Dante. Just build up some of your disaster gauge before you come in here. Activate your missile platform. And float over to victory. You do have a lot of momentum in the air, but it's not too hard to control. And yeah, nice and easy. And that's Pandora. There's another secret mission we can cheese later on, but we'll get to that one when we get to it. So that's all for mission 15. Thank you for watching. Next time we'll do mission 16 or the third Legendary Dark Knight mode video. So I'll see you then.